Hi, I'm Paul, and in this lesson, I'm going to answer a part one IELTS speaking question. Have you ever bought shoes online? So I've recorded my answer, so I'm going to play it in the minute. You can see I'm thinking about it in the video. I'm going to play my answer so you can hear how an educated native speaker would naturally answer that type of question. And then I'm going to draw your attention to, and there are lots of things I could draw your attention to, but one of them is when the question says, have you ever? If you're going to say yes, then we can then say when it was. This gives us a fantastic opportunity to use our past modal structure. Yes, I have actually. I think it must have been about 6 months ago. I bought a pair of uh, running shoes, for example. That's not what I say here, but I could say anything. So that's a trigger when we say, have you ever? If we're going to say yes, we can always use the when pattern. Remember, we're learning a system that will enable us to show off our advanced language in any situation in the exam. And notice that what you're trying to do is to add some good things onto what you already have. So you're trying to improve. You're not trying to be perfect. So you're adding things which maybe you wouldn't normally do to show the examiner your ability. So there is another structure here, which I will mention afterwards. But first of all, try and notice the past modal structure. I think it must have been. So let's listen to my answer. Well, actually, yes, I have. I think probably only once, and I think it must have been. It was a long time ago. I think it must have been at least 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, or maybe. So I'm just stopping that there to comment. So I'm really thinking, I'm trying to remember, it's a long time ago, probably only once, a long time ago. So I wouldn't say it was 9 years ago, 6 months. That would be absurd. So I'm trying to think, this is how we talk, not how we talk generated by AI, not how people talk in a politician in a TV interview. Of course not, because they prepared what they're doing. The IELTS exam is supposed to be you communicating in a natural way, in a normal way. So, so here I'm showing all this thoughtfulness, thinking about it, and then I'm using advanced structure. So the system is that you're going to use this structure, but how you use it depends on the question. But you use it whenever you're talking about and when may be a direct question, when, or it could be as part of your answer to a different question. Have you ever? Actually, I have, and then when. So let me just carry on with my answer. Longer than that. I don't remember when actually. I did. Let me just go back and play it again. Have you ever bought shoes online? Well, actually, yes, I have. I think probably only once, and I think it must have been. It was a long time ago. I think it must have been at least 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, or maybe longer than that. I don't remember when actually. I did buy, but I do remember I bought a pair and they were really uncomfortable. So I decided I wish I had not bought them, and I decided I would not do that again, and I have not. Okay, so notice again all the speaking features: stress, chunking, rephrasing, and I hope you noticed the modal. I don't remember when. I think it must have been at least 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. That's a good way to add in. So we combining the structure with speaking features, speaking collocations, speaking features. Then later on, I say they were very uncomfortable. So I wish I had not bought them. This is a second excellent advanced structure to use in our answer. So this is wishing about the past and using the past perfect to show off our ability to do that. Remember, in the exam, every word must be clear. You must say it clearly so that the examiner notices. So we've got two high value, excellent structures which the examiner will notice and be impressed by as long as you say them in a speaking way. That's why you can listen to me and see how that's done and copy me if you want to practice that kind of chunking and stress in a speaking way and a thoughtful way and naturally. Okay, we'll stop there.